Hi there, this is garyryanblair, and it's my pleasure to share with you this Start Fast checklist. And it provides you with the 7 things that you absolutely, positively need to do to make this your best year ever. So let's get after it. The New Year signals the start of a 100-day period that I like to think of as a window of opportunity sprint. And if you're really serious about making this your best year ever, you'd be wise to come out of the starting gate fast, focused and fired up right from January 1st, and keep going at it full speed through at least the end of the first quarter. Why, you might ask? Well, because if you don't build momentum quickly and find a way to drive rapid results from the very beginning of the year, you're going to be playing catch-up for the remainder of the year. Should you choose not to leverage the first 100 days of the new year and to build a wave of momentum, which you can ride from one success to another, I assure you this, you'll come to regret that decision, as nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity. Now, I've been operating this way for years, and I can tell you from firsthand experience that it pays huge dividends. This approach to starting the new year fast is not only the savviest move you can make, but it's also a devastating competitive advantage that places you firmly in a dominant position. You must recognize a few things about the importance of seizing this opportunity to start the new year fast and focused, to build momentum right out of the gate, and to crush your goals in the first 100 days. The first is that the new year and the first quarter will have very little value to you from a productivity standpoint if you do not deliberately pounce on it with the intent to start fast. In a very real sense, this is a use it or lose it, now or never proposition. Number 2, your loss is someone's gain to someone with more courage, conviction, and intelligence than you will find a way to step up their game, to move fast, to hit their target goals and make the kind of progress you only wish for. See, the importance of how you execute the first 100 days of the year cannot be overstated. Because if you're able to dig deep and do what it takes to drive results and to build momentum early, it naturally follows that you're setting yourself up for making this your best year ever. What follows is your 7-point checklist. 7 rock-solid strategies for starting fast and making this your best year ever. Strategy number 1 is to assess your performance. So I long ago discovered a critical performance discipline, a discipline so simple and powerful that it's allowed me and my clients to continually grow, to improve and prosper month after month, quarter after quarter, and year after year. In fact, it's been so effective in driving my own personal productivity that it's enabled me to increase my income and to hit my performance goals for 38 consecutive quarters. That's 9 years and counting. Now, what is it, you might ask? Well, it's called an after-action review. And it's all about measuring and reflecting upon your performance for the past year, reviewing what you did right as well as wrong, and determining the corrective actions that you need to take right now before the new year begins. To start the new year fast, you need to perform an after-action review right now by analyzing your performance, that is the good, the bad, and the ugly, by inspecting your results and leveraging every ounce of knowledge for all it's worth. And there are 5 steps in the after-action review process. Step number 1 is to identify your 3 greatest accomplishments for the past year. So you always want to begin the review process by focusing in on your wins, on exploiting strengths, certainly not weaknesses. Step number 2 is to analyze what you learned from each accomplishment. See, once you've identified your 3 greatest accomplishments, I want you to go back to each one. This time, identify what you did and determine how you can use those accomplishments as a springboard for even bigger wins in starting the new year fast. The goal here is to leverage, to optimize, and to amplify what you're doing correctly in order to accelerate your goals and drive bigger results moving forward. And step number 3 is to identify your biggest disappointments and how you let yourself down. Now, I know this question feels like you're putting a kick-me sign on your back, but heck, you're here right now, so why not confront this beast of a question straight up and get to the root of the problem? Allow me to prompt you. Think about promises broken, about poor execution, about standards you may have compromised, opportunities that you avoided, people that you betrayed, and values you downplayed. And before you leap forward, you must liquidate and close the door on habits, behaviors, or attitudes that are holding you back. I assure you that you will not be as successful as you can be in the new year if you're bringing old, outdated, and unprofitable behaviors with you. That leads us to step number 4. That is to analyze what you learn from each failure or disappointment. Now, a word of caution here. Do not resist analyzing your past sins and mistakes. Doing so would be a shame, as this is where the best learning comes from. So no matter how great everything is going in your life, we all make mistakes. So the trick here is to be a mature adult, to analyze them, and to find out what preceded them. Figure out what you could have done differently, and how you can prevent them from occurring and haunting you in the future. And last is step number 5. Use this information to set goals for the new year. If you want to perform at the top of your game, you absolutely must reflect, review, and respond to the information obtained through the after-action review process. The purpose here is to build into your schedule, in your interactions, in your management style, and whatever else you've surfaced in these previous questions, and build yourself a new, improved, and superior approach. And I encourage you to view the after-action review exercise not as an opportunity to beat yourself up, but as a chance to uncover the goals and priority activities that you need to focus on making this your best year ever. And that takes us to strategy number 2, which is to get serious. The one thing about successful people is that at some point in their life, each one has looked in the mirror and decided that once and for all, they were done playing games, they were done settling for table scraps, and they were done living far below their potential. The moment you decide to get serious, to raise your standards, and to commit to starting fast and making this your best year ever, is the moment that everything changes in your life to include the direction and the trajectory of your life. Commitment always precedes action, which means you will make rapid advances towards your goals only after you decide to get serious about doing everything in your power to start the new year fast, focused, and fired up. So let's have a look at strategy number 3, which is to play a strong offense. Strategy is defined as a plan of action intentionally designed to achieve a desired goal. There are 2 and only 2 types of strategy: offense and defense. Offensive strategy exists to advance your position, to score goals, to put points on the board, to win. Offensive strategy is proactive. It means playing to win. And those with the character and the commitment to do what it takes to start the new year fast by deploying a strong offense will find themselves constantly advancing, consistently gaining ground, building massive momentum, proactively creating the conditions for positive change, and most importantly, achieving their goals. And that is what you really want, isn't it? As to why it matters? While there's always a time and place for defensive competitive strategy, a strong, relentless offensive strategy is the only sure way that you're going to start fast and make this your best year ever. Strategy number 4 is to start saying no. Consisting of 2 letters and 1 syllable, the word no is the most powerful word in your vocabulary, and it is a complete sentence. It's the easiest word for setting a limit, for holding firm to boundaries, and for being crystal clear about what you will or will not do during this window of opportunity sprint. Now, you'll be infinitely more productive once you recognize a few things. The first is that no is not a dirty word. It's not a negative word, nor is it a selfish word. Learning to say no is liberating as it frees up your time to focus on your key priorities. The second, you're in complete control of how you spend your time and your life. And saying no allows more time and energy to pursue your goals and your wildest ambitions. And the third is that saying no actually increases the value of the things that you could say yes to. Saying no is the most strategic decision that you can make, as it simplifies your life, focuses your attention, and it accelerates your effectiveness, guaranteeing a fast start to the new year. And strategy number 5 is to do things differently or to do different things. So a fast and focused start to the new year is dependent upon extraordinary execution skills. The better you execute, the better you perform, the faster you achieve your goals. It's that simple. Expecting to get better results with the same old behaviors will only succeed in perpetuating more pain and digging a deeper hole. It will not, and I repeat, it will not get you to a superior level of performance. Therefore, starting the new year fast necessitates new and better execution skills. In short, things need to change, and when faced with a need for change, you really only have 2 options. You can either do different things, or you can do things differently. And this is a subtle but important distinction. If you have a sincere desire to knock the ball out of the park this year and make this your best year ever, you must ask yourself this question: do I need to do things differently, or should I focus on doing different things? Getting the right answer quickly will be a key thing that you can do in order to successfully start this new year. Strategy number 6 is to accelerate. The old rules no longer apply. It's not the big who eats the small anymore. It's the fast who eat the slow. Now that's a point worth repeating. It's not the big who eats the small. It's the fast who eats the slow. Speed is not only sexy, it is a massive competitive advantage that you must utilize with great authority, as speed is a demonstration of commitment, of competence, and clarity of purpose. And speeding things up is the key to rapid, ongoing, and transformational results. Now, you'll achieve true greatness and start the new year fast, only after you develop a sense of urgency about what you're doing. And I'm talking about urgency to the extent that getting results and achieving your goals is a matter of life or death. Now, before we move on to the final strategy, let me be perfectly clear on this one point. You must take massive action. You must build momentum early. And you must turn the pursuit of speed into your primary weapon to start this new year fast and to make the most of these first 100 days of the year. So strategy number 7 is to be relentless. So your success in crushing your goals and starting the new year fast is forever linked to your heart, to your will, to your steadfast commitment to your goals. Victory belongs neither to the faint-hearted nor to the weak-willed or the uncommitted. Starting fast necessitates that you always answer with action and you fight on with undying, relentless determination. And by choosing to be relentless, you're demonstrating no abatement of severity, intensity, strength, or pace, nor are you softening or yielding in determination. Being relentless means that you have the type of spirit that is incapable of being overcome, of subdued, or vanquished. And if you passionately believe that you're up to the challenge and committed to start the new year fast, then it is your right and your responsibility to cultivate an unbeatable mind and to enforce your will over any resistance force. And the rewards for those who are unyielding in their pursuit of a fast and focused start to the new year far exceed the pain that must precede the victory. Now, I've got an important question for you to seriously consider. Are you ready to do what it takes to make this your best year ever? Now, I'm going to take the liberty of being blunt right now. There's no point in pretending that starting the first 100 days of the new year fast, focused, and fired up is anything less than the savviest move you can make right now. And while there are plenty of excuses, there's no good reason for you to procrastinate, to say the timing is not right, or that it's not worth your time. That's why you're going to love the 100-Day Challenge. The 100-Day Challenge is an online, hardcore performance acceleration program designed with one purpose in mind: to show you how to get more accomplished in the first 100 days of the new year than most people do over the course of 10 years. See, I know a thing or two about driving radical results fast. If you have a sincere desire to maximize the first 100 days of the new year, and to play a much bigger game, and to make this your best year ever, then the 100-Day Challenge is the program for you. Over the years, I've become known as the goals guy, developed a reputation as someone who immensely successful entrepreneurs, executives, professional athletes, and even special military forces go to when they need to step up their execution skills. In fact, my #1 New York Times best-selling book, Everything Counts, is required reading for all special forces, as it focuses in on the critical nature of micro-decisions, on sweating the smallest of details, and executing with speed and precision. And like any world-class competition, the 100-Day Challenge contains the elements necessary for the unleashing of your greatness. And that is rules, performance standards, accountability, a scoreboard, a finish line, fans, competition, and most of all, it's fun. The best part is that the 100-Day Challenge is appropriate for everyone in the boardroom, in the classroom, the locker room, and the living room. Now, I promise you'll love the 100-Day Challenge primarily because we focus in on this one thing, and that is getting you from point A to point B as quickly as possible. And we're pretty darn good at it. To date, the 100-Day Challenge has delivered jaw-dropping results for more than 530,000 people in over 80 countries around the world, to include some of the best companies in the world. Is the 100-Day Challenge demanding? Does it require discipline, accountability, hard work, sustained commitment, and relentless action? You bet it does. But the results are ridiculously huge, and they're life-changing. And whether your New Year goals have to do with turning your annual income into your monthly income, if it has to do with writing a best-selling book, running a marathon, becoming debt-free, getting in great shape, or gaining market share and more visibility. The 100-Day Challenge will help you to achieve any goal you want faster and easier than you ever imagined possible. So why wait another moment? Sign up for the 100-Day Challenge at 100daychallenge.com. Together, let's get busy crushing some big goals and making this your best year ever.